Hello all, it's time for your Monday recap. In our message yesterday morning, we discussed biblical parenthood. And my overall claim is that Scripture gives us guidance, instruction, and commandments that we as parents are supposed to, commanded to, instruct our children in the faith. Now again, that's no guarantee that they will continue on in church after they leave the household, or they will continue on believing as we believe today. But nonetheless, we as parents are commanded to instruct and guide them in the faith with hopes and prayer that they will continue on that way when they leave the household. Now, for my Monday recap, what I thought would be good is to give you some practical application in how to disciple your children. My assumption is that many of you are busy. In fact, young parents, young families are sometimes some of the busiest families out there. And perhaps, to be quite honest with you, we probably need to readjust our schedule because we're too busy at times. But assuming that there is no real readjustment to your schedule, you may be thinking, well, Chad, I'm just busy. How do I take time out of my busy schedule, out of my child's busy schedule, and disciple my children, talk to my children about this stuff outside of just bringing them to church? I think that's a good question, and I've been in that situation myself. You know, you're going to soccer games and basketball games and volleyball games, and you're going to Cub Scouts, and you're doing all these things. When do you take the time just to chat with them about the faith? And what's interesting about our passage here in Deuteronomy is notice that God tells them as they are just going about their daily life, as you are walking about the way, one verse says. So the idea here, in my opinion, seems to be just as you're going about your day, find a moment or two to chat with your children about the faith, about biblical things. How can you do that? Let's say you're driving in the car to basketball practice and you have one of these handy dandy new City Catechisms for kids. If you just look at it before you take off, before you start driving to basketball, let's say you just have 5 minutes, right? From your house to the basketball practice. You can just open it up and look at question 2. What is God? And you can discuss with your child as you're driving, hey, who is God? What is God? And here in this catechism, they give you the answer. God is the creator of everyone and everything. And you can discuss things like this within 5 or even 3-minute increments, just chit-chatting with them about the faith whenever you get a chance. You're going to school, you're getting around in the morning, you're sitting at the dinner table, whatever it may be. Take these little opportunities that you have. Now that may mean, parents, listen to me, that may mean you have to turn off the TV in the car, or turn down the radio in the car, or turn off the radio or the TV if you watch it as you're eating dinner or something like that. That may mean you have to make intentional time. But as you and I know, your child's soul is worth it. And you can take these little times, even driving to church or driving home to church, or you don't even have to use the catechism. You can ask them a scripture verse, or you can ask them, hey, what was Sarah's lesson about Sunday morning? What was Aaron's lesson about Wednesday night? What was Pastor Chad's message about on Sunday morning? Something like that. And these will spark conversations, especially with young children. I do it with my teenagers. And yes, at times they're, oh, Dad, I don't want to talk about this. But who cares? Keep talking with them anyways. You love them. Just smile. Don't let that frustrate you. And move forward and say, I know you don't want to talk about it, but it's a good conversation. Give me a couple of minutes. Who is God? Ah, Dad, I don't want to talk about this. I know you don't. I know. But who do you think God is? Just push forward with it and see what happens. And it's in these small times as you are going about your life that God can do some major work on your child's heart and mind to help them learn the faith of Jesus Christ, so that when they leave the household, they will be better prepared with the armor of God to shield off any attacks from the enemy. So that's your Monday recap for today. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you on Sunday.